Hello, in this video I will be showcasing some of the differences between Minecraft's single-player version and its multiplayer version. I'm doing this because in the latest snapshots, Mojang is getting rid of the single-player version and replacing it with a locally hosted multiplayer version. They're doing this so that it will be easier to develop the game, but I am very concerned because the multiplayer version is very buggy and definitely not as polished and clean as the single-player version is, and I intend to showcase this in this video. In the SMP version of Minecraft, there's a slight delay between when you hit the zombie and when he actually reacts to the hit, whereas in single-player, this delay does not exist. I am now in the single-player version. As you can see, there is absolutely no delay. It is completely instantaneous from when I hit the zombie and from when it reacts to the hit. In the SMP version, trying to swim up while you're drowning is very much impossible, as every time you take a heart of damage from choking, you are sent back downward via recoil. This does not happen in the single-player version of the game. To further illustrate my point, I am showing footage of the single-player version. As you can see, swimming up, while it does make your head jostle, like so, you can still manage to swim upwards and perhaps even make it to safety. Unfortunately, I do not in this example. But if I were a little bit higher to begin with, I would have. In SMP, the player does not appear to respawn in the same place every time he dies, like this. Oops. Here's the spot where I died the first time. I've marked where it is in creative mode using iron block. And as you can see, I did not respawn in the same place. Whereas in single player, you respawn in the same place every time you die. There's my landmark. And again, I respawned exactly in the same place. Also, I've noticed while making this video that redstone mechanics seem to work slightly differently. In single player, I have a simple AND gate right here connected to a clock in order to make the pulsing effect, and this works just fine in single player. Observe. Whereas in multiplayer, this does not work. It only gives out one at a time. Usually. Instead, I have to change the AND gate to a NAND gate in order for it to work in multiplayer. And even then, it's slightly slower. When Endermen teleport, they are tweened. Like that. They don't just snap immediately to their positions. This also happens when players teleport via a mod or plugin. Zombies and some other mobs seem to have a longer reach in SMP than in single player. Unfortunately, I am unable to get footage of this in single player because I am unable to locate that chest full of mob eggs that I gave myself in creative mode. Okay, update now. And, oh, come on. Well, earlier, off camera, the NAND gate was not working, whereas the AND gate was. Oh, like that. It's very fickle in multiplayer. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Oh, and that was super fast. Either way, redstone clocks are very inconsistent and unreliable. Okay.